What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be checking out a title called Solium Infernum. This is actually an interesting title. This is a strategy game that imagines, what if Diablo 2's scuffle between all the various minions of hell, like, you know, Abaddon and Astaroth and Mephisto and all of those guys, what if that struggle for control over hell was a strategy game? And I think that's a really, really cool idea. So we're going to dive on in. This is not normally a genre that I play, but this is one of those cases where I think theme won out over like genre. And so I'm kind of excited to dive on in and see what the game has on offer. This game is not available yet, but it will be during the Steam Next Festival next week. You can play it then. I'll have a link for you down below in the description so you can check that out. And then, of course, on top of that, if you wanted to hang out with me live, you can absolutely do that on any given day of the week. I have a 30-minute video every single day here on YouTube, but I have about 5 or 6 hours of streaming every single day on Twitch. And so that link is down below, too, just in case you can't get enough Splattercat to keep your whistle wet. Let's go ahead and we'll start off a new game. They've given us 20 turns to play around with in this demo. Right here, you will see the Coalition of Demons. This is effectively the council, and somebody has to win and become the new ruler of hell. You have Astaroth. He focuses on military conquest. You have Lilith. She's all about casting spells and hexes and being all feathery and pillowy. You've got Andromalius, who's all about, like, being pretty and stuff, and generally getting lots of matches on Tinder, and apparently he's good at, like, 1v1ing. You've got Mammon over here. He's all about just being a baller, just having crazy amounts of gold and looking dope. And then you've also got Murmur, who's another caster. You've got Belial, the Lord of Lies. He's all about manipulation. You've got Urzbet over here. Apparently, she fights as well, just like Astaroth does. Everybody comes with their own relic that kind of changes the way that they play the game and how everything functions. And so some of them focus on spell casting, some of them focus on trickery, some of them focus on, like, having more armies than everybody else can field at, like, a lower cost, that kind of stuff. Everybody does it a different way, but ultimately, at the end of the day, it's going to come down to whoever is the most snake-like, because this is, after all, hell. I've got like 150 hours in Crusader Kings 2, and I still have no idea what's going on. So I'm probably not going to pick any of the schemers here today. I'm just going to take it nice and easy. I'm going to pick Astaroth, and I'm just going to punch guys in the face all across hell until I am the ruler of all that exists. Let's get it. The Dark Majesty has vanished, and the Conclave of Pandemonium howls for a replacement. You are an Archfiend, a ruler of a great house of hell, and yours is the right to claim the infernal throne. Build your prestige, command your legions, and surpass your fellow fallen by blood or by trickery. No sin is beneath you. This is hell, after all. All right, let's do this thing. So as you can see, we are on a orb-like map. If I go upwards, it just repeats. And we actually start out in pretty close contact with just about everybody else. There's a face in the sand over here. What these are is the entire game focuses on the accumulation of prestige. So when Satan is not around, all of these archfiends start beefing with one another. And the person that beefs the best ultimately gets to be the king of hell if, you know, old Scratch doesn't come back. And so this is what you're vying for. You get that by defeating your enemies, by out-conniving your enemies in events, by conquering locations on the map like the Mines of Gehenna. This will go up and it will accumulate more and more prestige for you as the game goes along. You also have currencies, so this is basically the financial status of your kingdom. We have souls, ichor, hellfire, and darkness are basically what we use to cast spells, to buy new units and, like, create them out of nothing, to create new generals, things of that nature. This is our stronghold. I assume that if it goes down, we lose. I don't know. I've never lost my stronghold, so, like, tough to say. We started out with our army in a really bad position right here, and that's going to take some time to rectify. There's not really going to be a way around that. So the way that this functions on a core basic level is that any yellow tile is not claimed by anybody. In hell, when there is no ruler, a thing called Prima Inferna goes into play, which they explained in the tutorial, which means that the first Archfiend to touch a tile, it becomes theirs. So there's no diplomatic problems for stepping on any yellow tile. However, unless it's, I guess, belongs to Andromalius. Andromalius got a good starting spot, dude. I'm a little bit jelly. I'm a little bit jealous right now, dude. He got a really good starting spot. Murmur got screwed. I got screwed. Belial got a really good starting spot, so he's in a great position. Erzbet, she's looking pretty good. Lilith's looking pretty cramped. Lilith's going to have to push out pretty hard, but anyways, we started in a crappy spot is my point. So we need to get out of this crappy spot before. So if he pushes south and he pushes south, we're going to get boxed out of our own territory, and there's not going to be any objectives for us to conquer. Let's take our army, and this game functions on rules. I'm sorry, on orders. So basically, you can give 2 orders per turn. We just gave a march order for this army to head down south and get to a spot where he can start conquering things. The good news here is actually, do I want to do that, or do I want to grab this right here to guarantee access to the face in the sand, then fall back? I take it back. I want to go over to here and over to here. I want to conquer these 2 tiles. Do that for me. Our second order will be the collection of tribute. Looks like apparently we've received some money from the Conclave as well, so huzzah for us, I suppose. Cool. Let's go ahead and we will seek out tribute. This means we're going to send out our minions that you're not seeing on screen right now to rob and pillage the countryside and bring us all of the lesser demons goodies. You know, like that 5 coins that pops out in Diablo when you punch an imp in the face, like you Rakanishu his ass across the room and like he just like farts out some coins. That's basically what my minions are doing right now. They're running around Rakanishuing that jaw off of people's faces to steal their nickels. As you can see, we're going to move our army. I very much like that in this game, your army is not like one guy with a flag. It's actually like a 100-guy legion that runs around. It's like a century, basically. And so when you have stacked up armies getting ready to beef with one another, it actually looks like the opening to something like The Lord of the Rings, you know, where you've got this big conflict happening and it's got that sense of scale. I think that's a very smart, very strong decision. It looks like someone's attacking something, but I don't know who's attacking what. They're going through the combat phases right now. Maybe the pink guys? I don't know who's duking it out right there. I don't know. That was combat. You didn't get to see it, though, because the camera was being weird. It looks like Andrew Malleus is going to use his amazing position on the map to just get a bunch of free territory. I'm super jealous. It upsets me. It looks like green is going to maybe move to go after the Tree of Woe, possibly. Yeah, so this is what combat looks like. Combat is divided up into 3 phases. There is a skirmishing phase or a ranged phase. This is where they're going to fire darts at each other. You'll see that each side has a number. The discrepancy between that is the amount of HP you lose. So the tree just lost 1 in the melee phase. It just lost... I don't know why it said 0 to 0 right there. But anyways, apparently they both have 0 combat ability, I guess. But in the sorcery phase, they dealt a bunch of damage to the tree, and if they finish it off, they're the ones that get the tree, and then that's going to provide them with prestige. In the early game, you obviously kind of want to go after these objectives. There's also some kind of large giant stilt monster running around. I don't know if that's going to become an us problem or a someone else problem. We'll cross that stilty giant bridge when we get to it. So we've got to resolve our stuff. So there was a battle report. It looks like there was a stalemate between the disciples of Lilith and the Tree of Woe. It looks like the children of Belial attacked the Tower of Pride. That's what it didn't show right there at the beginning. I don't know where the Tower of Pride is at. It's around here somewhere. There it is. The Tower of Pride, it looks like it has 1 range skill, 4 melee skill. Wow, that's an easy conquer. I'm a little bit jealous. Everybody's getting better positioning than me, and I hate my life. The face in the sand will one-shot our legion if we go down there, so we need to one-shot it first by giving ourselves 10 melee attack power. Well, I guess we'll probably defeat it first. I guess. It kind of depends. It's got 11 HP, so we gotta deal 11 damage. We have enough to deal 12 damage right now because it has no range skill and no melee skill. Let's run it and see what happens. Go ahead and run at it, and then I'm going to collect more tribute this turn to develop my economy. We get to pick 2 out of these. I'll take that one because it gives me 1 soul, and it gives me 2 ichor. And then I'm a little bit low on hellfire, so I'll take the hellfire as well. And so that's been added to our coffers. Other activities you can participate in this game. You can go to the Sanctum Inside the Sanctum, you can plot schemes. Schemes are basically long-term goals that you want to accomplish, and if you manage to accomplish them, they're basically self-selected quests that you can go on in order to give yourself prestige and give yourself a little bit of an advantage in the final showdown when it comes to who gets to rule hell. There's also spells you can cast on this ritual menu right here to mess with other people or make your army stronger. There's the bazaar. Look at these unit cards, dude, for like the stuff that we can hire. Every single one of them is like a it's like every single one of them is like a Cradle of Filth album cover. They're all amazing. I love it. They all look badass as hell. Like the art style in this game is unbelievable. Look at this guy right here, dude. Deca Robbie. Dude. Deca Roberto. I want that guy right there. That guy's my guy. You can use your money if you're wondering what the money's for. You can use it to buy artifacts that you can attach to your legions, leaders that you can attach to your legions. Yes, they do appear on the battlefield. So if I hire these guys and I attach them to a legion, there'll be like a demon out in the front with like a big giant spiky mace that's leading them into combat. Apparently we can buy manuscripts that teach skills as well. I haven't played around with that, so I have no clue how that works. I kind of want to buy more legions. They've got the Vile Apostates over here. That'd be a sick name for a band, dude. That's a dope name for a heavy metal band. We are the sick apostates. Ow! Although I guess it was the Vile Apostates, so the entire bit is ruined now. To battle! I need to find out if we kill this thing before it retaliates with magic if we win. It has enough magic power to one-shot us in the first turn, but we have enough ranged and melee to two-shot it before it gets to the magic phase. And so I'm curious if that's going to let me win. I guess we'll find out right here. He just did -8 damage. It does not get its magic phase, so that's good. I'm glad that we derived that information before I sent my hellish legions to march on the fields of battle. They should have had the soundtrack to this game made by Creator. That's how they messed up. They just needed to hire Creator, one of the most metal bands to ever metal, to do, like, there are certain metal bands that are the most metal bands to ever exist. Like, of all the metal bands, they are the metallist. And those bands are like Exodus. Those bands are like Testament. That's like Overkill. That's like Megadeth. And that's like Creator and like Motorhead. And like, that's it. Those are like the most metally metal bands to ever metal. Alright, so range turn. We should knock him down to like 8 HP. Let's do this thing. There it is. So we did a little bit of attacky damages right there, and then our 9 melee should wipe this guy out on his first turn. And now I control the face in the sand. I don't know why that's super useful to me, but you know what? It seems like some kind of visual metaphor. So I'm going to conquer it, and I'm going to convert it. Oh, look, dude, it burps flames now, dude. It's like me. After I get that fajita salad that has like way too much spices and oil in it, like 3 hours later, I'd be laying in bed with fire coming out of my mouth just like that, dude. Just bah. We got a whole bunch of prestige for conquering that thing. Hell yeah. I am the best of the demons. All you other demons suck. You guys can all suck the vapors of my demon butt. And I'm going to move on to turn 3. Victoriously, sir. So what does this do for me, like, turn by turn? Does it do anything? Oh, it just generates prestige for me every single turn. Huzzah for me. All right, my demon butt has been victorious again. We're going to want to, like, conquer some... What is this thing? Is it mean? What does it do? It's not that mean. We can take it. All right, let's move our armies down to intercept. Yep, you march down that way. And then as a secondary order, let's do a plot. Yeah, let's plot a scheme-like scheme. Oh, yeah, okay, I need to select my tribute, too. You cannot end your turn until... Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do the thing you want me to do. I got a little bit of darkness right there. Got a little bit of ichor. I'll take it. That's good. I'll take both those tributes. I like that they have the clinking coin sound inside of there. That's good. Let's go ahead and march south, and we will take care of business. See if we can TCB. There is diplomacy in this game. I haven't fiddled around with it that much. I am not a diplomatic player in games like this. I'm not a manipulator. I'm just too inherently honest, all right? I'm an honest stand-up dude, which means that when it comes to playing the faction that is like chivalrous and like fights it out and like follows the rules, I usually do really, really well when attached to those factions right there. But when I'm attached to the factions that are like being underhanded and kind of like thrive off of having like a dishonesty score and stuff like that, I don't have the mind for intrigue, you know? I'm a forehead down boxer. I'm not about the finesse. I do think that this turn resolution could probably be sped up a little bit. If it's not in the game already, there should be an option to make the enemy's turns go faster, basically. Just to go quicker. I don't know what happens if I kill that thing. Hopefully I get prestige or something. I'm gonna go hunt it because I think I can kill it. So, and I'll take territory in so doing. And this turn, we're going to do something a little bit different. That's fine. That action can result in battle. I'm going to fight him, claim some territory. I love the way your little demon avatar, he like emotes when you're like sending people out on crusades of the devil. That's like pretty sick, like how he like points his armies forward. I like it. So on this turn, we can get like a general for our current army. We can get like another artifact. What does the black monolith do? Apparently, we're just buying the deed to a diabolical obelisk that just gives us prestige every turn. We can't afford it because we don't have the darkness, but, you know, one day we might. This guy we can't afford. Man, things are pricey in hell, dude. What's going on with this hellconomy? It's a little bit rough. Well, the only one we can really afford is Realm. Like, we can bid on Realm. And it looks like they have Feral Lunge, if we use a crown technique, whatever that means. But they do add some magic to the army that we attach them to, which would definitely take the edge off some of the, like, retaliations that we get. And she gives a +1 melee to the army that, yeah, I'll place a bid. Why not? Auto-select my coins. I'm sure it'll be fine. Like, somebody else has to bid on it in order for me to lose it, and I feel like nobody else has been working on their economy. They've just been, like, rampaging around, doing, like, demonic stuff. I've got to select a scheme, so let's do that. So capture 2 places of power or gain the infernal rank of prince. I could try to... We can declare it privately. That means nobody else knows that this is our ambition. We can declare it publicly, which means that other people are going to know that we're coming. I mean, I feel like most things have already been claimed, so I'll just declare it publicly. Why not? That seems fine to me. Let's see how we do in this battle right here. So we should almost kill it, just like, yeah, I was going to say, this thing is going to get toasted pretty hard. Do I get anything for killing it? Do we get like a sweet demon hide that I can wear as like a hat or something? Do I get I get Azathoth swag? I don't even remember the name of my demon. Oh, I guess we don't conquer the tile even though we fought on it. I don't know if that's like an oversight or what. I don't know. There's definitely been some bugs with this demo while I was playing around with it prior to recording. We may still get hit by one of them. I had one that like soft locked the game where it kept reverting back to the first turn. Like you would pass the first turn and then it would revert everything back to where stuff was in turn 2, like on turn 1. And like I only got it to go away by restarting the game. So, like, that was one of the things that I ran into. I don't know if I was doing something wrong, but it was, like, weird. And then I've also had, like, little references and things popping up a lot of the time. Like, if I haven't done something in between turns, it'll be like, you must location reference and have, like, a giant, you know, like, almost like registry entry thing instead of, like, actually telling you what it was you were supposed to be doing. We are currently... Oh, we did get prestige for that. Good. Okay. You'll love to see it. Oh, it did conquer that territory for us, like, retroactively. So we did get the auction for Realm. That's super sick. So we can decide what we want to do with Realm. You can, like, attach things to locations, and some of them will have, like, an effect. So if I, like, attach Realm to this location and Realm had an ability that like generates more tribute or something, you could absolutely do that. So like you can move artifacts and things over here to make it generate more stuff per turn. I could transfer a Praetor over here, but I think Realm is kind of like a Praetor for the outside the house. And so I'm going to work on actually boxing this guy into his territory too, so that he can't really do anything. Yup, I'm going to be a scumbag. I'm going to force him to invade me. This is hell after all, dude. We've got promoted. Oh, sweet, dude. The Legion has been promoted. Your Legion, the Blood of Astaroth, has distinguished itself on the field of battle. Select an aspect of martial warfare that they will tirelessly train to improve. Oh, there's veterancy. Yay. So we can get more melee and more infernal if we wanted to. We can get +4 to melee. I would say, I mean, they've got really, really weak ranged, which means if the enemy works on creating like a 12 ranged unit, they could one-shot this guy. I feel like the HP is the best way to go for right now, just to make them resilient. And then with their next promotion, we get them, you know, something that hits harder. I don't like being in one-shot territory with my pride and with my armies. We do need to capture 2 places of power. I don't think there are any unclaimed places of power. Well, there's the Vats of Torment. I got to get down there somehow. But we're kind of stuck with this Cubert routine that we're doing over here, like stamping out tiles. We have another offering of tribute, so that's good. And actually, it was a good offering. We got a bunch of Hellfire, some souls. I need to patch up my Ichor, but that's about it. Let's keep going. There we go. My Demon Lord has been added to the army. So green's going to work around the outside and try to go for the Vats of Torment. It looks like the AI kind of tirelessly goes for caps at the beginning of the game. There we go. That's what I like to see. We're just going to paintbrush this guy back into a corner while he's working on other activities. I'm guessing this army must be good at casting because all their other stats seem kind of garbage. Oh, it's an even match for the Vats of Torment for them, so like why would they do that? It feels like there's an opportunity to backcap my enemies right now. I feel very strongly. What happened to their prestige? Huh, their prestige like torpedoed downwards. There are little schemes and things you can do to actually like mess with people. Like there are some spells and stuff. Like I have a spell, I think, inside my sanctum that I can do called Holy Unholy Crusade. So each Archfiend selects a legion to dispatch to the war against heaven for 3 to 6 turns. Legions that return are showered with glory and get a promotion. Oh, that's a new one. Okay, so apparently every turn has a different event. What I got one time is I had a thing over here where if I paid a bunch of money, it would randomly select one of my opponents and it would remove like a ton of their prestige. Like, and it let me like backstab them basically. It let me influence the event effectively. There's also like powers over here that you can purchase that allow you to buy different aspects of yourself. They're kind of like divided up into like fighting trees, diplomacy trees, charisma trees, that kind of stuff. If you have the money, you can level up. We're like an overlord, so we're supposed to be fighting. And so it's probably best if we focus on this left-hand tree. But we haven't really been developing our economy since I bought this first big unit that I put on top of this. I don't know if these guys are going to, like, regenerate any quicker or not. But go ahead and just keep capping territory. I'm basically going to have him pace back and forth. If I can do it, I totally want to, like, sandwich this guy in like so and give him some, like, weird territory that he's got to look at for the rest of the game and just hate it. I know, because if I had to rule that territory for the next, like, 20 hours of a grand strategy game, I would hate it. I'd be so upset. What else do we have? Belial's power has grown. I don't care about that. Belial's a liar. Belial says a lot of things. Belial's not an honorable warrior like me, capable of summoning forth the corn dogs. All right? The Wood of Suicides. I don't want to go there. That place seems sucky. That seems like a super not fun place to go. Can we just go to McDonald's instead? I want to get Happy Meal. No damage done on the range turn. They took 5 damage on the battle turn. That's a toughie. The AI doesn't seem to make very smart decisions, but on the infernal turn, they clinched it. On the infernal turn, they clinched it. So that's what matters. They conquered themselves a place of power. And these vats of torment, they're being kind of like hotly fought over right now. A little bit of a glitch right there with some of the units like going down into the ground a little bit. I thought they were dead and it was just like a weird glitch, but nope, not dead. They were just like clipped out into the ground. But yeah, definitely add a 2x and a 3x speed for this resolution right here. I know you can skip it, but for like an audience that's watching, they probably want to see all these battles. But they probably don't want to see it in like 1.0 speed because it is quite slow. Maybe I'll check the options and see if there's an option to like, you know, 2x the speed or something. Oh, I'm the regent. Good. That means all of my stuff goes off first. Hell yeah. That's what I like to see. We've conquered a good grip of territory down here. How strong is Pandemonium? Pretty strong. You're gonna want it pretty bad if you go after Pandemonium. I kind of want to send my guys off. It says 3 to 6 turns, but that's a lot of turns in a 20-turn demo. Maybe I won't. I was gonna send them off to go wage war against Heaven, because Heaven, you know, has it coming, dude. Heaven could have stepped in. Heaven could have left us the big and tasty, and they didn't, all right? Heaven could have intervened, and they didn't. That's what this entire war is about. Bring back the big and tasty. I guess I'll just gather tribute on this turn. Oh, that's right. It wants me to do stuff. All right, so we got to collect our tribute. I need Ichor more than anything else. So I guess I'll take those two. I don't know. It's not the best. The random money coming through is not my favorite. And then we have a conclave proclamation. A vote is upcoming in the infernal conclave to be voted on publicly in 3 turns. A redistribution of wealth. Okay. It is not fairness the conclave seeks with their economic policies. Instead, they hunger for glorious disasters that it might bring. Archfiends will lose 1 random tribute token for every 15 prestige. Aw, dude, I have so much prestige. Okay, all right, fine, whatever. Apparently, the hellish pores are coming after me for being too successful at fiscal strategy. That's what I get for being a pecuniary war master, bro. That's right. You go march your armies around all poor and stuff while you're looting my coffers with your ludicrous, your absolutely ludicrous lawmaking. I hate you all. I'm allowed to say that. We're in hell. Bruh, that art is so dope. I should have been an artist, man. Can you imagine getting paid to sit around and draw this devilish shit all day, every day? I would love to do that. That would be like the dream job for me. Some taxes are levied to maintain buildings or fund infernal services. This one seems designed just to keep everyone in hell suitably angry. Outraged. Archfiends can keep 1 less token from each seek tribute action for 5 turns. So, like, they literally just did that to piss people off. That was the entire point. That was the subtotal entire point of that economic strategy, was just we make people angry. That's the whole point. I assume that, like, demons feed off of anger. What's stopping me from just, like, marching into his stronghold and, like, taking a dump on his face right now because he's not protecting it? Is there anything to stop me from doing that? Like, Andromalius kind of seems like a little punk ass. Like, I'm just saying. So, like, yes, I demand 3 tribute of you. That's what I demand of you, Andromalius. Turn me down at your own peril. For I am Astaroth, War Master of Hell. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I gotta select my monies. We can get Darkness and Ichor right there. I'm gonna do that. I want the Darkness and the Ichor. All right, let's go. I'm gonna get right up on his borders, dude. This is like Civ 4 101. You get your entire army right up on their borders, and then you send a demand over. You gotta apply that pressure. The thumb screws, man. You gotta apply that pressure, otherwise you're not gonna make it. All right. Andromalius will give us his response next turn. Adversaries bicker. Lilith refused the insult. Erzbet refused the insult Andromalius made and claimed the right of Vendetta. Lilith has refused the insult of Murmur, made before the Conclave, claimed the right of Vendetta. Erzbet has... Hey, nobody got us in the crossfire. We're still maintaining the initiative here. All right, we're just going to go, I guess, double tribute this turn, and we'll wait and see what Andromalius says. He'll probably deny us. How come I can't see everybody's prestige? It gave us ours back, so I'm assuming he agreed. I do like that you have to wager your prestige, though. Let's see. So many spies have been turned broken or ritually discorporated lately that intelligence gathering is impossible. Yeah, this is why countries don't tend to kill each other's spies. This is exactly why we trade spies. We don't kill them. It's because it just turns into a big old nasty mess. All right. Vote on an edict. Choose a policy to vote for. We've got the infamy tax, or we've got reallocation. Tribute tokens are redistributed equally amongst all. Man, I hate both of these. These both suck. I'll take that one, I guess. Infamy tax. Infamy tax comes out better for me because I'm willing to bet I'm probably richer than everybody else. Andromalius has refused to concede to our demand before the Conclave. Okay. Apparently he's all cranky about it. Yeah, I declare Vendetta on you. Yeah, I will capture your territory. That's what I will do. In like 5 turns. I only got to capture 3 cantons. It'll be fine. Confirm. Vendetta confirmed. I mean, I'm about to capture 2 right now, so who cares? Apparently he declared weakness on me as well. Look at me, dude. I'm a hulking mass of volcanic rock. How could I be weak, dude? I'm dope. I need to select my tribute, though. I need... Yeah, I guess I'll take that one. And... Oh, I only get 1? Lame. Ooh, 3 Ichor, though. That bails me out of a bad hole. I'll take it. So adversaries are bickering. We also have a tribute offering from the Conclave, so that's good. Most of our messages are resolved. For whatever reason, I can't march into his territory. I don't know why that is, because they just gave me a vendetta to capture 3 tiles from him. So, like, maybe I have to set that up first so that I declare war on him or something? I don't know. It's hard to say. I guess we've got to, like, wait and see what happens. It seems like the resolution is a bit slower. In the tutorial, it did say that this was, like, a game for patient players. And so maybe I'm expecting things to happen too fast. Let's march these guys back towards the capital. We'll keep gathering a little bit more tribute. And like on the next turn, we'll decide what we want to do. Infernal Affliction. Oh, he shot him with sky magics. His army just got... Oh, little guys actually die out of there in accordance with the HP they have left. Nice. Glad to see it. That's a good little detail. But Solium Infernum, folks, I'm stoked about this. I think this is going to be rad. I think you should be stoked about it, too. I will catch you all later. Thank you for stopping on in. Other than the bugs, my impressions of this game are quite positive, and this might be one of the first grand strategy games I've ever actually been super interested in playing. Like, that I actually want to play. And so I will catch you all later. Thank you for stopping on in. I will be back tomorrow with something hot and fresh off the indie skillet. But for right now, this was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. Bye, folks.